In late 2024, a homeowner in New York's Orange County started with a plan to mow the lawn, and ended up with a team from the New York State Museum at their home to dig out a 13,000-year-old Mastodon Jaw. In this episode of This Is How We Do It, we're talking to Museum Director of Research and Collections, Robert Feranec, about the moment he knew it was the real deal, how the bones get from the ground to the museum floor, and what to do if you find a fossil in your own backyard. So Bob, again, thank you so much for taking the time today to show us around the New York State Museum and talk about the Mastodon Jaw. But before we get into it, I gotta ask you, what's your favorite part about working here?
I get to come into and look at collections that many people don't get to see. What I'm fascinated by is looking at ancient animals, and I get to oversee a collection of ancient animals that lived tens of thousands of years ago. So my favorite part is kind of coming in and looking at those collections and trying to figure out how life worked in the past.
And in December, there was a discovery of a Mastodon Jaw in Orange County. When the call came in, what was the level of excitement here at the museum?
Usually I'm low-key about it at first because I get a couple calls a week saying, oh, I found a Mastodon, or I found this bone, is it special? And almost inevitably it's a rock. But then I saw the pictures and instantly you know it's a Mastodon. You can tell by the teeth. This specimen, this jaw was right at the surface. The homeowner found the teeth that had fallen out of the jaw right when he was gardening, when he was mowing the lawn. So it was right at the surface. It was a complete jaw, and it looked intact.
Once the Mastodon Jaw makes its way back here, where do you guys take care of the cleaning process?
We lay the bones out over in one of our labs just down the hall.
What was the first step in the process once you guys brought it back here?
So the first part, and we're still in that first part, is to remove the dirt from this jaw. And we do that, you can see the dirt right here in the jaw, and we very slowly and carefully will pick the dirt out using this little needle, and we wet it sometimes to make it a little easier to pull the dirt out. We keep all of the material because the dirt will also have small little pieces of bone. This is just the back right portion of its jaw. And so far, it has taken me 3 months to get it to this condition. I can't glue it yet because I don't know if there's another piece that fits here, and if I glue it, is it just slightly off or is it perfect? And it has to be perfect in order for me to get all these pieces to fit together.
I see you got a toothbrush here. Did you happen to clean his teeth too?
I did. So it is using the toothbrush to kind of clean off the dirt to try to get it back to its original condition. So there's two places where these could ultimately land. We have our collections area where most of our fossil specimens are found, and we hope to have this shown to the public down on our first floor. So this is the biology collections range. It has between 2 and 3 million specimens. We keep these specimens here because this room has a constant temperature and humidity that allows us to keep and preserve the specimens for a really long period of time. So I want these specimens to last for not just the people today, but for also people tens of years from now, hundreds of years from now, to be able to experience and enjoy them. We just walked through the Ice Age animal section, and we're actually right in front of the Coho's mastodon tusk. What I like to point out is that the specimen actually tells us about the life history of the individual. Paleontologists, before I got here, looked at this specimen and got information about how this animal lived. What I'm hoping is that the jaw is going to be preserved in a good enough condition to be able to be brought back to this room where it will be stored for a long period of time where scientists will be able to study it. But also I'd like it to be able to be brought downstairs onto the exhibit floor where it can be shown maybe alongside the Coho's mastodon. So this is the first floor of the museum. This is where we exhibit all of the specimens that we can. And this is one of our prizes for the State Museum. It was founded in 1866, was put on display very shortly after that, and has been pretty much on display since it was found at that time.
Let's say I'm digging in my backyard, right? And I think I find something of significance to the museum. What should I do?
I would hope that you would give me a call to be able to bring in an expert like myself to be able to go dig in your backyard or somewhere else and to be able to get it out of the ground properly.
That's incredible. Bob, thank you so much for your time today, showing us the whole process of finding the artifact, cleaning the artifact, showing us the collections area, and then bringing us down here to the first floor of the museum.
It's been my pleasure.